Hi, my name's Brett and today we're going to do a rolled poached chicken dish. This dish is very versatile as it's beautiful for dinner parties, it's extremely healthy as it's cooked in its own juices, and what you put inside the chicken is totally up to you. Today we've got the potential of raw asparagus, roasted pumpkin, roasted capsicum, semi-dried tomatoes, some caramelized onion, some pine nuts, mixed herbs. We've got some feta, some baby spinach and some spring onions. I'm not going to use all of these ingredients today, but today we're going to use some of these ingredients to prepare our rolled chicken. The first thing we want to do is we have foil and cling film. The foil is going to help the chicken keep its shape, and the cling film is protecting the chicken from absorbing water. The first thing we want to do, as the chicken is cooking from the outside in, we're going to put a little bit of lemon, fresh lemon zest on the outside. This gives a beautiful zingy flavour to the chicken. On top of that, we're going to put some smoked paprika and basil. You can use any herbs or spices that you like, that you have around. And we have a little bit of Greek gyros. Again, it's a very citrusy, beautiful flavoured spice. Mixed spice, this one. Once we've prepared our base for our chicken, now we get on to how we cut our chicken. We have a chicken breast. What we want to do is actually just cut it in half, just straight across the breast, and gradually open the chicken up so that you're ending up with a flat surface. I'm going to turn that around. We want to try and maintain the same thickness across the chicken. This helps you get a nice even roll. So if you find you've got one side thicker than the other, this does happen if you haven't done it a few times, just cut yourself another little pillow. So you cut yourself a little flap and you end up with a very flat chicken breast as your base. We're then going to put this on here. If you find you have any little holes, don't worry about the holes. Once we roll the chicken, they'll all disappear. Now to start with, I'm just going to put a little bit of salt and pepper on top of my chicken, and then I'm going to select what I want from my ingredients to roll my chicken. So I'm going to start with some baby spinach. You want to keep everything down the middle of the chicken, and if possible, put everything all the way along. This way, every piece of chicken you get has the same filling as another piece. So we're just putting some pumpkin down the middle. A little bit of asparagus. And today I'm going to use a little bit of feta. And we'll do some nice roasted capsicum. So once everything is down the middle, don't worry if it starts to fall out. There's a technical term chefs use, it is shove it back in. We want to roll our chicken, and again you can see I'm shoving that back in, anything that comes out with my fingers. And then we roll our chicken around to collect all those beautiful herbs and spices and the lovely lemon that we've put on. Now the rolling. What you want to do is roll the first Glad wrap piece over, hold with one hand and just tighten it slightly. Just give it a little bit of pull so you've got it nice and tight, and roll it up. Now the trick is to just grab both ends and just push with your hands and then roll. And as you roll, you can see it starts to tighten into a perfect sausage. Put it on our foil. Now what you don't want to do is let it go. If you let it go, it unwinds, and that is the potential to let the water into your chicken. So keep that tight, hold that open, and then you can quickly start rolling like so. When you've finished, you're grabbing the two ends, which are trapping the little tails of the cling film, and then you roll in opposite directions. And you keep rolling till it's nice and tight. If by any chance you split your foil, just put another piece around the outside, as this will act as the protection for water getting in. You now have a beautiful, tight chicken roll, which we're now going to poach. Okay, our chicken is now nice and tightly rolled. Our water's just coming to the boil. The easiest trick for this is if you bring your water to the boil, cook your chicken for 20 minutes at a very gentle simmer, and then turn it off. Allow the chicken to still sit in the very hot liquid for a further 10 minutes. Now, if you're cooking a dinner party and your guests are running late or your entree took a little bit longer, leave your chicken in the water for a while. It's fine, it's safe, it's going to be over the 60 degrees for at least 40 minutes before it cools down. So we slide our chicken in and we set our timer for 20 minutes, and then we're going to turn the temperature off. Our chicken has now been simmering very gently for 20 minutes, and then I turned the pot off, and it's been sitting for a further 10 minutes. We're now going to remove this, and we're going to just leave it for another 5 or 10 minutes just to cool down a little bit before we slice it up. Okay, we've got our chicken, rolled chicken. We've left it for a further 15 minutes just to allow it to cool down a little bit. Now what we're going to do is just cut the end off, and you'll see that beautiful juice wants to come out, and that's all the chicken juice. No water has got inside the chicken. And what we do is we actually keep the other end nice and tight, and we squeeze it out. This makes it a lot easier to cut, and it discards the Glad wrap and the foil. Now this one, if we cut a single piece like that, you could easily use that as like a canapé, an hors d'oeuvre, a little bit bigger for an entree. Today we're just going to serve it as a main course. You could serve this with a beautiful salad, some vegetables, whatever you like to serve it with. So there's our rolled chicken breast, beautifully presented, ready to be served with whatever you wanted to present it with.